Hello there, I'm the Star Wars guy. The penultimate episode from Season 7 of the Clone Wars was released today, entitled Shattered, and I'm here breaking it all down for you right now. Now, if you haven't seen the episode and you're worried about spoilers, it's probably best you go ahead and turn this off now. As with all the other episodes in this arc, there is no moral quote at the beginning like we're used to. However, Shattered does touch on major themes that we see throughout the Clone Wars, most notably trust. As a very brief episode overview, while en route to deliver Maul to Coruscant, Ahsoka is forced to deal with the fallout of Order 66 while on board a Republic warship. The notable characters in this arc are the same we've seen thus far, primarily Ahsoka Tano and Commander Rex, but also Bo-Katan Kryze, Darth Maul, and others. Now, being one of the best episodes in the entire Clone Wars series, this episode has several notable moments. First up, Order 66. Of course, the biggest moment in this episode, and perhaps the entire Star Wars saga, is Order 66. It's the single order that ended the war, created the Empire, and put the Emperor in power. And while we all know this already, it's amazing to see this order given from a different perspective. Ahsoka is fighting, running, hiding, and generally just trying to escape the Republic warship she's suddenly become a fugitive on. And of course, we, the audience, experience the crushing sadness that is Order 66 from yet another perspective. Second, Ahsoka rescues Maul. I so badly wanted to see them team up. Unfortunately, Ahsoka crushed my dreams almost immediately.
I'm not here to team up with you.
Next, Ahsoka removing Rex's inhibitor chip. In Rebels, we were led to believe that Rex had his chip removed before Order 66 was given. However, now we see that it was in fact removed just after by Ahsoka and her droid friends. This really demonstrates Rex's undying loyalty, and no, not necessarily to the Republic or the Jedi, but to his friends and comrades. That loyalty makes the scene of him shooting his own squad to save Ahsoka even more heartbreaking. Next is Ahsoka and Rex BFFs. We get a really powerful moment that echoes the history these two characters have shared both in the show and to us as an audience. It also serves to heighten the sadness of the incoming Order 66. But it's really nice to see these two characters get at least a little bit of closure before everything falls apart. Up next, Maul's hallway annihilation. This seems to me to be a clear callback to Vader's hallway annihilation, which we see at the end of Rogue One. But I also love being reminded that the Clone Wars is not necessarily a kid's show. And I think decapitating multiple clones and dismembering another would definitely fall into that category. And finally, the perfect cliffhanger for the finale. Rex's final words in this episode are haunting. And it's also strange to hear him call her Ahsoka, since we usually hear him say Commander or Commander Tano. I'm not even sure if he's done that before, but it certainly sounded strange coming out of his mouth in this episode. Now, I have made a couple special notes for this episode. First, the exact point in time this episode takes place is revealed in 3 places. First, when Ahsoka overhears the Council talking. This is a conversation that happens exactly parallel to this episode in Revenge of the Sith.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi.
Seconds before Ahsoka enters, Anakin was actually on the group call. He was just sent to gauge the Chancellor's reaction to Obi-Wan engaging Grievous. It's also worth noting that the scene immediately following this one in Revenge of the Sith is the scene where old Palps reveals himself to Anakin to be the Sith Lord Darth Sidious. Second, when Ahsoka hears the exact moment of Anakin's turn to the dark side through the Force. And third, we see the Emperor telling the clones to execute Order 66. All 3 of these moments tell us exactly where we are in the Star Wars timeline, but even more specifically, the Revenge of the Sith timeline. Another note I made, this episode once again reminded me of the incredible hubris and arrogance of the Jedi, particularly with Mace Windu. However, none of the other Jedi Council members ever seek to check him, so I consider them complicit too. Suggesting the Jedi seize control of the Senate while simultaneously preaching we're keepers of the peace, not soldiers, is peak Jedi hypocrisy. He also totally dismisses and disrespects Ahsoka with this line.
I'm sorry, citizen. These matters are for the Council to discuss.
Needless to say, I'm not sad to see Mace Windu thrown from the balcony of the Chancellor's office. And as one final small thing, I noticed there seems to be a lot less dialogue in this episode than most other Clone Wars episodes. Surrounding Order 66 is a somber silence that really heightens the emotional impact, not to mention the score and the music throughout this episode seem to be really taken to the next level. And that will wrap up my breakdown of the 11th episode from Season 7 of Clone Wars entitled Shattered. Next week, the finale airs, and I cannot wait to see how it all ends. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe below for more Star Wars content every single day, and I'll see you in the next video.